Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the types of cartilage. Mainly, there are three types of the cartilage: the hyaline cartilage, which is the most common and most abundant type of the cartilage present in the animal body, and most commonly they are present in the joints and the fusion of the bones, respiratory tract. Yeah. And then the second type is the elastic fibers, which is more flexible type of the cartilage present in the areas where more flexibility is required, like in epiglottis and the ear. And fibrocartilage is the third type of the cartilage, which is more sturdier type of the cartilage and more shock absorbing, present in the intervertebral discs or in the menisci of the knee and in the joints and sutures of the skull or in the fusions of the teeth with their gums, gum bones. So let's start with the hyaline cartilage. Hyaline cartilage is the most abundant type of the cartilage. It has the blue and whitish extracellular matrix due to the presence of some excessive water and non-visible protein fibers. They are present in the joint surfaces. They are present in the nose, larynx, and trachea, bronchi, or ends of the ribs, adjacent to the sternum, epiphyseal plates, which are the growth plates in the long bones, and also in the fetus as their early template skeleton. And these type of the cartilage can be easily calcified to become. It supports the tissue and organs and also provides the template for the bone development. Here you see the general structure of the hyaline cartilage. You see it does not have the clearly visible protein fibers or those flexible elastic fibers or collagen fibers. The cells are present either singly. The chondrocytes are present either singly within the cartilage matrix or in the groups of the isogenic chondrocytes and groups of the two excessive supply and excessive supply of blood vessels and innervation. And this type of the cartilage can be calcified and become bone. The second type of the cartilage is the elastic cartilage, which has excessive amount of the elastin fibers to provide extra flexibility, softness to these type of the cartilage. And you see they are clearly visible as the thick strands of the protein fibers. The cells are again entrapped within the lacuna, and they are mostly present singly. Sometimes they can present in the isogenic groups. So this type of the cartilage is present in the region where high flexibility is required, like in the ear or in the external auditory canal or in the epiglottis. And it does have the pericardium surrounding the cartilage. The ground substance is mostly yellow in because of the excessive amount of the thick fibers. The chondrocytes are closely packed. No groups. Rarely there can some isogenic present, but mostly there are no isogenic groups. Short duration isogenic groups exist when the cells divide, and soon they divide. They are separated and encapsulated within their own lacuna. Chondrocytes exhibit less accumulation of the glycogen and hyaline cartilage. ठीक है, इलास्टिक फाइबर में ग्लाइकोजन और लिपिड्स जो होते हैं उनकी प्रोडक्शन कम होती है एज कम्पेयर टू हाइलिन कार्टिलेज एंड दे नेवर कैल्सिफाई rarely due to some medical condition. If they calcify, they leads to some problem. And finally, the third type of the cartilage is the fibrocartilage. It is an irregular, dense, fibrous tissue with thinly dispersed encapsulated chondrocytes. In this diagram, you see, so there's a very thick filaments, very thick fibers of the collagen and elastin are present, to provide extra bounciness and extra sturdiness in this type of the cartilage. And due to these thick filaments, those cells, the chondrocyte cells, they are aligned into the rows of the cells rather than getting dispersed randomly within the tissue. And one major feature of the fibrous cartilage is that it does not have a perichondrium around it, because due to the successive pressures and abrasions in the areas where this type of the cartilage is present, like in the intervertebral disc on the knee joint, so this perichondrium gets disintegrated. Now the thing to ponder is that if there is no perichondrium present in this type of the cartilage, how could those cartilage cells get nutrition from the blood? Okay, so fibrocartilage, we were discussing their function and role. It can act as a shock absorber located in the region where excessive pressures are applied, and some sort of resistance against those shocks are required, like in intervertebral discs on the knee, and also in the pubic symphysis where the bones are attached together using this fibrocartilage. And also fibrocartilage is present in the gums and between the gum bone and the teeth, and in the skull where the different skull plates are stitched together with the fibrocartilage. It does not have perichondrium because the stress applied to the surface disintegrates the perichondrium, and then as a result they require the nutrient the required nutrient is diffused from the adjacent bones. As a quick recap, we will see the comparative structures of three different types of the cartilage. The hyaline cartilage is this one, and then the second one is the elastic cartilage, and third one is the fibrocartilage. If we talk about the surrounding connective tissues, the perichondrium, it is present in hyaline cartilage, also in the elastic cartilage, but it is absent in fibrocartilage. The general appearance of the cartilage due to their ground substance, we can see the hyaline cartilage is transparent and bluish white in appearance. Elastic cartilage is yellowish in color and is translucent in appearance. Fibrocartilage is again white but translucent. The chondrocytes are present within the ground substance, which is distributed randomly, and it is housed within the lacuna and can be present as a group of the two or three cells as an isogenic groups. Elastic cartilage, these cells are mostly present singly, no isogenic groups are present. In fibrocartilage, these chondrocytes are arranged in rows due to the presence of the thick filaments, thick collagen fibers and elastin fibers, and there may be the isogenic groups present. In hyaline cartilage, the protein fibers, elastins, and elastic fibers are not clearly visible. In elastic cartilage, these filaments are very clearly visible and they are thick. In fibrocartilage, all those collagen fibers and elastins are very thick and arranged into the bands, and it is very clearly visible. So the hyaline cartilage can provide support to the animal by getting calcified and getting transformed into the bones. Elastic fibers rarely calcifies because and if it does, it leads to some medical condition, and fibrocartilage never calcifies. Hyaline cartilage is present where the flexibility is required, like in the respiratory tract or the windpipe, in the ears, in the nose. Sorry, not in the ears, in the nose, or in the joint, in between the joints between the ribs and the sternum. Elastic fiber is present in the epiglottis, in the ear, where the excessive flexibility is required. Fibrocartilage is present between the intervertebral discs and knees, and in the skull and in the jaws. So where that immovable type of the joints are required, and more shock absorbance and sturdier support is required. So that was the comparative structure of all three different types of the cartilage.